Hello everybody and welcome back to Birthdays at the Beginning, where we can now start using the river source to make pretty looking rivers in our cube. So how cool is that? Navi wants us to give it a try, so I think we should. Let's get up the top here, shall we? And we'll use our items and we shall use the river source. There we are. So the terrain will be the starting point of a river and lower neighbouring land to connect it to water. By doing this, you can proceed to create a river. If you extend a river, you can obtain even more river sources. You see that green land surrounding the river? As the land around a river starts to soak, over time, the land will turn green. This rule applies to both seas and rivers. It's one of the most basic rules of this world. Now let's start making a river. Lower the neighbouring ground, just like I told you. Be aware that two rivers won't connect unless the adjacent land is the same height or lower. Very well. Also, if the land adjacent to a river is 0t, lowering it will create sea and not a river. Fantastic, so let's just have a go at lowering this land. All the way down here. You're good at this, kid, a natural even. Even if there's a sharp decline by a river, you can lower it to connect the river. If you do it right, you can make a waterfall. Also, if you expand the cursor and lower the adjacent terrain, the entirety of the cursor will create a river. It's very convenient for when you're trying to expand a river. If you hold down LB and move the terrain, it'll become the same height as the terrain at the centre of the cursor. This is very helpful for when you want to smooth out lumpy, uneven ground. You might have noticed that there are certain rules that regulate the birth of life. Though new life will be birthed naturally if you create the right environment. Certain conditions must be met in order to create a significant change in an ecosystem. If you run into trouble, it's my job to help you out. Oh yeah, you may have noticed already, but it takes a while for the sea's temperature to change. If you change the temperature by moving the ground in micro mode, the sea's temperature will adjust accordingly. For now, your goal is to birth the sea organism, Astrapsis. So let's just make this pretty little waterfall all the way down to the sea. Lovely. So we're going to need to make this Astrapsis fish. I think it's a fish. So it would like 276,000 bikayas and water that is at 41 degrees C. Okay. So let's have a quick look here. So I think that's our Picaya fish. We'll have a look at its stats as well. It's a cephalochordate apparently. So it's not a fish. So it can live 41 degrees to 51 degrees. So once it gets cooler, which is trying to get towards a cooler temperature, that's going to be a real struggle for it to live. And it wants to live in the sea. So I'm going to expand the sea basically, until we get to that sort of 41 degree mark where this new fish is going to spawn. So let's just see how big our cursor will go. We'll go 3 by 3 at the moment. And we're just going to bring this all down, I think. Actually, no, I'll just make some sea here. We'll just go all the way down. And the one next to it. And the one next to that. We'll see if we can even get it to like 39. And then we might need to go into macro mode to recover enough stamina. Yeah, we do. We've managed to get it up to 38 though, so that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Or we could actually have a look around the map and see if there's any shinies. Now let's just start time for a little bit and see what turns up. Not an awful lot. The Picaya population seems to be, well, it's going up and down, to be honest. It's not ideal temperature for it yet. I think it will be in a minute. Because the air temperature is still really hot, it's still coming down. So I don't have to worry for a minute. We can actually even fast forward it a little bit. So which one was it that I was looking for? Picaya. It's still going up. Air temperature is down to 45 degrees now. Picaya's going up and down. I made it a decent big environment, so it should be slowly going up. It seems to be. Okay, so we're getting a lot of different cool things spawning now. The Picaya population seems to still be on the up. Got autumn ferns. Oh, we've got all sorts of stuff spawning now. So I want to go back to the map. And I want to make sure that we're not going to miss anything. Because the temperature is going to change quite a lot. Temperature's down to 34 now though. So it's gone way, way, way too cool. So we need to make some more sea. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to make more sea. We're going to make more sea. Sometimes the controls on this, especially when I'm a bit tired, it's a bit late at night now. Sometimes they escape me a little bit. Up to 36. Gotta really keep an eye on it though, because you go into macro mode and the temperature's really high. And then micro mode, you're suddenly at like 34 degree air temperature, so it's a little bit hard to manage sometimes. Because you saw what I was looking at, unless I'm just looking at it completely wrong. But we have got some increase in temperature now, so that's what we want. It's good to see all these extra little bits and bobs as well. All these extra little things that we wouldn't have seen otherwise. It's all about the journey, isn't it? 41 degrees. Right, let's see if we can do a little bit better this time. So I'll start time just so I can get my HP back up. See that air temperature? Oh, it is going up now. Good, that's the way we want it. I fast forward it a little bit. Hey, we got it. Nice one. Oh, it's saying to remember the library. There's other information there besides the life forms you captured. Like life forms you've birthed but haven't captured yet, or hints for life that hasn't been birthed yet. I've shown you all of this though. If you set to tree view, then you can even see how different organisms are connected. Now you should try for Andriolepsis. We're going to call it that. We've decided that's how it's pronounced. Right, let's have a quick look at its conditions. So it needs 35 degrees. We just spent all that time making loads of water to make it like super cold, super warm, sorry, and now they want it super cold. And it looks like it needs, yeah, it just needs to be in the sea, that's fine. Well, because it's 36.5 degrees at the moment, I'm just going to run it for a sec and see if they just spawn anyway. Yeah, because we've basically got all the conditions covered, I think. Unless the temperature goes up too much. Calamites. Nah. Oh, Andriolepsis. We did it. Very nice. Okay, so it says, remember when I mentioned the first link of the food chain? Well, allow me to elaborate on that. Basically, strong predators feed on weak prey. It might sound cruel, but that's how all organisms are connected. Without prey organisms, predator organisms cannot survive. So there's a lot of life that's born to be eaten. If the environment isn't maintained, the whole system falls apart. Okay, that's cool. The food chain has a very deep connection to life. There may be fewer predators in total overall, but they require an abundance of prey to survive. So even in an ideal environment, if there isn't enough prey, a new species may not be birthed. That's enough lecturing from me. Right now you should birth Coelacanthus. Okay, let's go make Coelacanthus. Coelacanthus needs 28-degree deep sea water with 1 Andriolepsis present. We've got plenty of Andriolepsis. So let's go down to the cube and make some deep sea then, because we're not going to do it without that. So I'm thinking this like area over here that's got like super deep, well, it's got sea already. We could make some of that into some super deep sea. Or these shallows actually. These shallows that are next to the deep. Oh, do you know what? Let's just make these 3 squares down here. We'll make them deep sea. We don't want to do too much to the temperature because it needs to be cool. It needs to be much, much cooler actually. Okay, well I've got my new guys. Oh gee, there's loads of stuff. Loads and loads and loads of new stuff. It's all over this side of the map though. All these different grasses that they've made. Hello. Astraoxylon. There's a bunch of stuff around here. Which is blue grammar. And another bunch of stuff over here. Which is Myriopterus. Oh, I got a level, cool. And some more stuff over here. And that one is Autumn Fern. Yay, a name I can say. Great. And this tree, which is Calamites. Cool. I think that's all of it now. So now what we're going to need to do is to try and get everything a little bit cooler, aren't we? We're going to have to cool it down a bit. And the way to cool things down is to make a big old mountain. And then I'm going to add little bits and bobs of shaping to it afterwards and little pillars and things like that. But this is just the starts of it. And I might just sort of bring it down in steps to the water's edge as well. Sort of make a real proper mountain range. Oh. This is the starts of it. So we've managed to bring the temperature down to 33, which might be enough to get 28 when we're in the water. I might have to, at the moment we're 36 in the water. I'm just going to let time run a little bit and then we can maybe come back to our mountain building. The deep sea is at 34, so that's a lot less than the 36, it's like 3 degrees less. So it'll be 30 eventually, hopefully. Okay, well let's get out of here and recover our stamina at the very least. See, that'll be a nice mountain range eventually. I will take pains to shape that all out. Okay, let's get time started. And we'll just see what happens to the temperature. It should start to come down. And just double check. Wanting... Right, we don't want the Andriolepsis to go extinct. That's the only real condition there. Fast forward it a bit and we'll just watch the temperature come down. Oh, we did it already. Wow, that's cool. Looks like it went well. I wonder what the birth of this life could mean. Just as plants migrated onto land over time, animals will too. Marine life will first evolve to be able to live on land and in water. This is believed to be the origins of amphibians. Check the game info to find how the conditions on how to birth ichthyostega. Okay, so we want to make an ichthyostega. It would like a shore temperature of 30 degrees and it would like 7,200 coelacanthus. Well, why don't we just see, we'll fast forward a little bit and see how many coelacanthus we can get and how far down we can get the air temperature. 3,000, 2,000. Hang on, 4,000, 3,000. Might not be enough C for it. Okay, let's pop down here. And I think we need a bit more C so that the coelacanthus can... it's the coelacanthus what's down... Oh, right, okay. If that's the coelacanthus down there, we just might need more than 3 tiles of deep sea for it. It might need a little bit more space. If I give it double the space, if it's 3,000 at the moment, if I give it like 3 more tiles, or 4 more tiles, that should be about double. Okay, so I would like to capture you. That's what I would like to do. And there's quite a few other things to capture, actually. So I should try and grab them before they go extinct. So this one. And there's one over here somewhere. Up on my new mountain range. I must like heights. There we go. Anything else around here? I don't think so. There's a shiny over there. Whoa, we saw the inside of the cube. Oh, one in the corner. Grab that one. Okay, so we've got some more recovery leaves and a field source. Oh, and one hiding behind a tree. That was another recovery leaf as well. Fantastic. Oh, I'm really liking the way that the trees are covering this little mountain thing. It looks like some sort of shrine. Some sort of ancient burial mound or something. I don't know. Okay, well. I said I was going to make some more habitat, didn't I? Missed one. I never actually picked up the information for Andreolepsis, apparently. Oh, there we go. So now I have. Right. More habitat. So, if I make a 5x5... In fact, I only even really need a 3x3. 3x3. Round about here. All the way down to deep sea level. Might bring the temperature a little ways off what I actually want. Because it's going to maybe bring it up a bit. I'll make one more around that area. I may need to just go and make a little bit more mountain over here. Just to make up for it. We're at our 30 degrees, so we'll just leave it there. I'll shape that more as we get more ocean and more different sort of biomes, effectively. I'll do a little bit more shaping around the bottom of that, but I like the way it looks at the top at the moment. It's definitely looking like this big sort of craggy mountain area, so I'll probably bring it around a little bit, to sort of curve around the map. But I'm liking that at the moment. So, okay, let's go a little bit more now. Alrathia keeps dying out. So I'm really looking for the... here we are, the coelacanthus population to be going up. That's what I want, and that's what's happening, so that's good. So we'll fast forward it a bit. Oh, here we go, it's coming up. The air temperature's a little low. Okay, it's 30, 27, 29. Right, I'm just going to double check the air temperature again. Right, yeah, it is a little bit low. Okay, so let's grab that, because it's a new thing. And that's Codium fragile. Seaweed that has adapted to life in warm seawater. And it has all but replaced Calunia. Cool. But I'm going to make it a little bit more sea just to warm things up a bit. Just want a couple of degrees. It's just slightly tipped under. Not sure why. But we'll just make a little bit more. Don't know if we could maybe do with some more rivers actually. Why don't we put a nice waterfall up here? That would look nice, wouldn't it? Be slightly more to the front there. So if I lower that down, if I just bring it back down to 1, and we'll lower it. We'll just make this place look pretty. Yeah, why don't we go around a corner here? Lovely. I like that. I like that a lot. That's my pretty waterfall. Yay. And that'll hopefully bring a bit of greenery to that top region there. We're now at 29 degrees, so we do need a bit more sea. I'll probably put some here, I think. Maybe go all the way to the edge of the map. No, I'm just going to actually go there for now. And again, it just doesn't want to go where I want it to go, so... Hey, if you're playing this on the PlayStation, good luck to you. Right, we're at 30 degrees again. There's a couple of things that I need to pick up, and there's a couple of shinies on the floor. So that one is Agliophyton. Try saying that with a mouthful. Right. What's over here? Some more stuff over here. That one is a red fern. That seems to be about it in the way of new stuff. But I'm going to maybe go and quickly have a look and see what this this little creature wants from us, because let's go into tree mode, shall we? Let's see where he is and what it's likely to want, what it's descended from. It usually gives you like a little... Yeah, here it is. So this is what we're wanting. Number 49. Move the cursor over it. So, it's wanting 49 to 88% moisture. It's wanting 27 to 33 degrees. So when it's at 27, it's maybe a little bit little for it. And it was wanting a certain amount of fish to eat. And that was it. So it's a Coelacanthus we're wanting to get up in population, and that's hopefully going to spawn. So let's get back out and let's go and see if we can do that before we end the episode. I would love to have a little creature before we end the episode. So let's get back into macro mode because we're at the right temperature. And Coelacanthus, I think we have enough of that. Yeah, we do. We definitely do. And I'm sure that we must have enough in the way of water and things. It doesn't seem to want a particular... Okay, let's just see if we can fast forward and get it to spawn. Please spawn. Oh, we've got one new thing. Well, we've made something extinct. We've got some conifers. We've got so many Coelacanthus that they're going through the roof. Come You know you want to. Okay, we might want to go and double check. Oh, the temperatures are way too low again. I don't understand how it does this. Like, 1 minute you think the temperature's fine, and then it changes, and it changes for no reason. Unless the actual, you know, sort of things that you've got in the biome affect it. So we've got fake ops, and we've got all sorts of different things everywhere that I now need to go and check out, unfortunately. Because all I really want to do is get this new thing. It looks cool. The moisture's quite high around here, so that's good. Like, it wants the green land, definitely. That's about the right moisture for it. It just is a bit too cold. Wow. Off we go. Something around here-ish. And that is Anthracum Medusa. It's a Medusa with red bits instead of blue bits. And I got a level up. Yay! Okay. And there's a conifer here. I know that that's a conifer. And I think that's, is that everything? I think it might be. Well, there's some stuff up here actually. What's this? Is there something crawling around on land? My goodness me. Some sort of insect or something. Oh, I got spiders already. Nice. Very nice. Okay, the spiders obviously like it when it's cool. Right, so what I need to do, make the sea even bigger. But now look at this. I can make huge changes all at once. So that'll be fine. That'll be really easy to do. The bigger I can make this cursor, the better. Maybe down here as well. Right, we're back to 30 degrees that we're aiming for now. So we'll just go and fast forward it a little bit more. Let's see if it goes up a bit. Yeah, it's going up now. 30 degrees. We've still got tons of coelacanthus. Absolutely tons of them. So I see no reason... So the conifers have extincted themselves. If that's even a word. We're definitely struggling with this one, hey? The conifers are back. Come on. We're back down to 28 degrees again, 29. Maybe if I make it a little warmer. I mean, I've done everything it said. It's got the right food, it's got a shore temperature of 30 degrees. Minimum of 7,200, yeah, everything of those. So we've got, I even went and checked the humidity is right for it. Right, in that case, I think we might need to do some cheating. Because I'm really struggling with it. So let's go in the library, let's go to the tree and we'll see what it's related to. And see if we have any of that. It might be that it's just not got the thing it can spawn from, that it can actually evolve from. So it's evolved from... Oh right, from the coelacanthus. It preys on the Andriolepsis. I don't know what it needs. I don't know what it needs. It's very confusing. I'm wondering if I can use a mutation thing on the coelacanthus and make it. Because I've got these mutation seeds. It might help. We'll try. I'll try anything at this point. Because it's getting really bad. So. it is a seed of mutation. On these guys. Go. Okay, let's see if that works now. Sometimes you just gotta cheat. Okay. Just hasn't happened. So. Dipterus. Oh, yay. That's not what I wanted. Okay, I maybe misunderstood what that did. Let's see, maybe a seed of life? Let's see what the seed of life says it does. That's creating mutated forms. Promotes evolution in existing organisms. Let's try a seed of life then. Because I think mutation maybe just made like a sideways branch. Okay, we'll try that and see if that gives us what we need. That's about the last thing I can think to do. Yay, Ichthyostega! So I think sometimes you just need a little bit of help from the game. Okay, you guys can read that, because that's just all about my little Ichthyostega. And you know what? All I want to do is I'm going to have a look at him. Okay, here's some extra info before we move on. Are you making sure to capture new organisms as they're birthed? Well, sometimes. I'll show you some useful tricks of capturing organisms that will make use of the minimap. You can change what information displays on the minimap by pressing LB and the right and left directional buttons. We did that earlier. You can display everything or just display animals, plants and uncaptured organisms. Helpful, huh? Also, you can magnify and shrink the minimap. Press LB and up and down buttons to magnify and shrink. With these two tricks, it'll be much easier for you to capture new organisms. Or you could just look for the pink dots. It's not that hard. Oh well, based on the data so far, we need reptiles in order to progress the world further. So you must birth Dimetrodon. That sounds like a transformer. A location with a little water should be fine. But check game info for more details. Okay, and with that, I do think it's time to end the episode there. So we have now managed with a seed of life, unfortunately. I didn't really want to use one, but it was getting so tricky to make that little guy. Let's go and capture him, actually. It was getting so tricky to make him that I had to do something, because it was just completely blocking the gameplay. But on the plus side, we have spiders. I've never had spiders before. So that's pretty cool. Where is he? I can see a flashing little pink dot over in this direction. Oh look, he's in the water. That's going to be the thing that I spawned earlier with my mutation thing. Yeah, that's the Dipterus. But that's pretty cool. Coelacanthus that adapted to fresh water. Appeared after spreading through rivers and congregating in wide lakes. That's pretty cool. But it's not what I want to see. What I want to see is my new guy. Where's he then? This must be my first little land-based reptile. It's got to be around here somewhere. I can see something over here. Here he is! Look, he's like a tiny little dinosaur. So eventually we will get dinosaurs. But not quite yet. But, I mean, think about it. Think how much different. I'm going to go back into the macro mode. Look how much different that is than it was at the beginning of the episode. So we've come a long way in the last sort of 45 minutes or so with this. So we've got our big sea area. We've got the starts of our little sort of mountain range area that I will be shaping and filling out a little bit, and maybe making even taller eventually. We have made reptiles now, and they are walking around on the land. We also have some sort of insect life as well. So I'm quite pleased that we've moved out of the ocean. So I imagine that as that happens, we'll maybe make more land and a bit less ocean, and maybe raise the land a little bit. But that, for me, is the end of the episode. I hope you liked it, and if you did, then please leave me a like below. If you'd like to see more of Birthdays at the Beginning or any other of my games, then do please subscribe to the channel, and I will let you know when the videos are out. I hope to see you next time, but in the meantime, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.